Good morning, everyone. Good morning, good morning. I wanted to come on my birthday, but it didn't quite happen. I actually just simply enjoyed my day. Plus, my kids came back super broken and sick the last time they went anywhere. So I've been trying to help there as well. So I'm coming on today to give a little bit of a message and to kind of shift some perspective, because Spirit says it's needed. Some of you are actually in judgment right now. Some of you are assuming you understand people. Some of you are not standing in truth. And that's what Spirit's telling me. We all tend to do that. Heck, I tend to do that. Like, I don't want to know this. Like, I don't want to see this, right? But the problem with that is you create a situation where you can fall. So I'm just looking at things right now. I'm like, do I really need to come on, Spirit? But the thing is, you guys, is after what I did, and I've done a lot, and I've done a lot for people this last year, it got to the point where I started feeling used, and I started feeling worn out, and I started feeling like, and this is my truth, okay? And Spirit wants people to be able to live in their truth like that, okay? And the moment I felt pushed too far, the moment I felt like for my own health and well-being, I kind of had to pull back, you lose people. And that's okay, because Spirit's like, were they really yours to begin with? Right? It's like, why are you living in fear of truth? Why are you living in judgment? Judgment is a harsh reality of a falsehood. And man, have I been judged more times than I can count. Like when I first woke up, I cried so hard. I didn't want my gifts. 2:22 when I said that. When I first woke up, I cried so hard. I tried to give my gifts back. Because the first thing that hit me was how much love I'm about to give and how much love I was about to receive. I remember feeling like this means I'm not going to have family. Like this means I'm going to give and be empty. And it is pretty much what happened because I had to, right? Like I had to. And there's not a lot of people on this earth who are capable of love in that measure. And that's just the reality. It's just the reality. When you meet somebody who can do things that other people can't, it's in our nature to be like, oh my gosh, right? It's in our nature to kind of push and push and push. It's in our nature to assume. It's in our nature. These are all things that are in our nature, you guys. But this message is about you guys, not about me. This message is about the ability to see where you're not being truthful, the ability to see where you can grow, the ability to see where maybe you haven't been there for yourself, right? And so, yeah, I had to step back to be there for myself, and I lost people, and I'm alone in doing so, and that's okay. That's okay. Because you want people around you that can see when you're hurting. You want people around you that want to fill your cup as much as fill theirs, right? And so that's kind of Spirit's messages. We are in a place where if you cannot live in your truths, if you cannot be able to let in more love and less judgment, then it may be a struggle. Okay? It may be a struggle going forward. Because with these changing times, it's about releasing, it's about letting go of what once was, even if you may not want to. Sometimes people get stuck in this rut, right? Like things were working. Why do we want to change? Patreon was working. Do you guys want to know why I really changed it? $25 healing sessions, $25 things. Like that's a lot for me to put out. You know what I mean? And I feel sometimes like people aren't realizing the benefit, and I kind of sold my soul short, and that's kind of what it is. But I did it for a reason at the time I did it for. I had a purpose that was bigger than everybody else's. And so over this last year, my purpose was not to get rich off of you people. You know what I mean? My purpose was what I was here to do, which was wake up and do all the crap that I did with the earth. And God had his tribe, meaning those that were willing to listen beyond the surface were the ones that made it through. You know what I mean? They were the ones that held on. They were the ones that healed the hardest heals. They were the ones that stayed through to the end and now are the front lines. Okay? So, you know, there's an aspect of me kind of sabotaging myself in the end there. You could look at it that way. But did I really? I don't know if I look at it that way necessarily, or as much as it is time to call back my power, and those that are with me will stay, and those that are not won't. Now, maybe that's not the best way to do that, right? I've warned you guys, I'm not fake. Like, I'm anything but fake. I can only be true to myself. And I think it's really good for you guys to do the same. If you've got people who aren't seeing you, who aren't making you feel so good, who aren't living in their truths, if you're not living in your truths, if you're not doing things that make you feel good, if you're not recognizing true love can be hard but beautiful and letting more in, maybe it's time for you to look at things differently. Change in perspective, okay? And that's what Spirit's asking for, is a change in perspective. Was I really telling you guys, like, I'm done with you guys? Or was I saying, oh my God, I gave so much, I have nothing left to give, I need to replenish? Right? It's like about perspective. Which way are we looking at things? And the reason I use myself, you guys, is because that's what's relevant in my world, right? But let's change perspective, okay? It's all about which way we're looking at things. And as we go forward in this world, coming forth, with these changes coming forward, you've got to be strong in your strength, your power, your abilities, okay? If we have a harsh time staying in our power, we can have a harsh transition, if we transition at all. I'm not going to sugarcoat anything and tell you everybody's transitioning on this earth. We all kind of know at this point, well, it's not happening. Right? But it's not, it's just the way it is. Okay? True spiritual work is not just sitting back going, do, I'm in this life, you give to me, give to me, and I'm not going to do anything to better myself. I'm just going to sit here and take, and blah, 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 blah. And I feel like we were all in that energy for quite some time, right? Like, that's the way of the old world. It's not the way of the new world. The way of the new world coming forward, you guys, is about your essence. Your true essence. It's about being omnipresent. Remember that word? We brought that word up. Omnipresence. It's about the ability to be here and there and now, here and nowhere, all at the same time. It's about the ability to see the light in the dark. Okay? Excuse me, I gotta blow my nose. This new earth is about the ability to just be in love and let go of what no longer serves. If you cannot do that, you're in trouble. If you cannot see through why people do the things they do, you may be in trouble, you guys. Straight up. You may be in trouble. Okay? And so again, I just want to say thank you. I did get some really beautiful birthday wishes from some of you people on here. And I just wanted to say thank you. They were well received, they were recognized, and they made me feel very good. And so thank you. It was a really special birthday, the big 4-0, like I talked about. And I gotta say, for the first time in my life, I actually had somebody trying to make it special. And so it was very nice. And I did get a couple new gifts, so I'm going to show them off. I didn't ask for these either. So these were super special to me because the person that gave them to me, you know who you are, I would have never thought that they would have been able to know what I would have liked with a crystal. Like, that's not easy to do. And so I am going to brag a little bit. I'm going to show it off a little bit. I was given this beautiful, beautiful moon stone pyramid. And you guys, I'm not kidding when I tell you I was looking for a new pyramid. Here was the one I did all these rituals with that kind of found its way to me. I don't even know where I got this one. And I'm like, I need a new one. It's all like cloudy now after I did all that work. It's like, oh, like it's done. It's purpose. And then boom, I have my new beautiful one. I couldn't be more happier with it. It's so powerful and so beautifully heavy. And then I have this beautiful dragon's blood amethyst. Dragon's tooth, dragon's blood. I can't remember. Beautiful, very powerful. When I go into some of my meditations, you guys, and they gave me all my gifts back, I went into a, like this amethyst cave. My whole cave is pure amethyst. It's beautiful. And this is the purple that I see a lot. This is a very relevant amethyst. It's very beautiful. Very raw. I love it. And then the other one was this one. Was it Bumblebee Jasper? I guess, but it's super grounding. Like very grounding. It makes me feel very grounded. And so I just, I'm ousting them. They're very beautiful. I love them. Thank you for my birthday gifts. That's what I got. So thank you, Sean, for making my day very special, because he did. And I've never had that before. And so as far as that goes, I had one of the best birthdays I've ever had. Okay? And so thank you for all the birthday wishes. Even though it felt a little off this year, right? It felt a little off. I'm not going to lie. I can feel people like maybe me not liking what I did in the end there. But again, you guys, I'm the kind of healer where you give and give and give. And I had nothing else to give, okay? And if people can't understand that, then that's okay, right? That's okay. But if you're not able to live in your power, like we've got to get that changed. Okay, and that's Spirit's message, is it's super important for you to be standing in your power. That's why I did the course on standing in your power that really only one person did, because they just weren't paying attention, right? It's like there's so many ways you're not standing in your power, and that's what Spirit's saying. And it's not easy to stand in your power, trust me. Otherwise, I would have been doing it a long time ago. I had a lot of power to fill, okay? I remember the first time they're like, you need to stand in your own shoes. And I'm like, what? Like, it was a lot. It was a lot to fathom. It was a lot to feel. It was a lot to handle. Standing in your own power sounds simple, but it's not. And I guarantee you most of you are not. Okay? I guarantee you most of you are not standing in your own power. It's just what it is. Standing in your power means I'm going to speak to my truths, even if that makes people mad. I'm going to speak to my truths, even if I lose people that I thought cared. Because do they really care? That's the harsh reality. It's like, did they really care? If you lost them, that's okay. Were they yours to begin with? Probably not. Okay? Doing the work that I did, I lost a lot of people. Let me tell you. A lot of people were in judgment towards me. There was a lot of people not wanting to even give me reviews because they're a healer as well. It's like, I got a lot of that, you guys. And I want everybody to know that that's not standing in your power. Standing in your power means that you know who you are to the core. You know what you offer is different than that person because you're you and they're them. You know what I mean? And it doesn't matter what that is. That's what you brought this lifetime. Okay, and it's okay, and it's beautiful, and if something doesn't make you happy, it's okay to say that. If your job isn't making you happy, fuck that. It's okay to say that. I'm tired of the old ways of, well, I better keep in this rhythm because, by golly, everything will fall apart if I don't. That is bullshit to the bullshit, okay? If you're not happy in something, make it work. Move out, change it. We always have this excuse of, because we do it out of logic, we do it out of that old place, right? It's like, if I do this, everything's going to fall apart. Well, if I do this, I won't have another one. I like this because of this. Well, guess what? You can find something else but better. And that's what it's all about. It's like we cannot fathom how we truly make our own reality. And that's what Spirit is saying. It is so 2D for most people. The fact that you make your own reality. Like, people can look at my life and go, why the hell did she do that, you know? Like, I picked up so much education. When I didn't like something, boom, I'm out. Like, I'm out of here. Fuck this shit. It's making me sick. I'm out. And excuse my language, but that's how I roll. Like, it doesn't bother me. You know what I mean? And then I would pick something up. Was it always the best way? No, probably not. You know, like, there's better ways to end things. I will say that. But it's not the actual ending things that was the issue. Okay? It's just the fact that I would be like, boom, I'm out. Like, it don't matter. I don't care if I did in transition or not. Feet first. That's how I roll. And sorry for my nose. I'm a little sick too. Yay. Sick from, I had my first sale at work yesterday, you guys. It was so awesome. I'm so happy. I'm trying so hard to move out of here. Like, I don't think people understand that, right? Like, that's where my focus has been. And so, change in perspective is highly needed. It is going to be, when you're stepping into this kind of freedom, there is no room for false freedom anymore. There is no room for living in that old dense reality, because if you go back to old habits, if you go back to old things of, if I do this, this is going to happen, and guess what's going to happen? That's for sure going to happen. It doesn't matter. You create your own reality every step of the way. It's not as dense anymore. And so that's what Spirit's trying to tell you. This new world is not dense at all. It's going to be very poetically movable. The energy just moves so freely, you guys. Talk about like manifesting instantly. That's this new world. That's this new energy we're going into. And I've changed a lot, and I brought a lot up, and I've brought a lot through. And then in the end, I had to bring myself through too, and I lost people doing it. And that's okay. That's okay. It's okay. That's all I can say to you guys. It's okay to be you. It's okay to be true to you. Who's for you, who can see you, will see you. If they can't, that's okay. Then you know what their motives really were, because it really is all about motives. Right? It really is all about motives. And what's our motives, you guys? Do we want to be ahead of everybody else, or do we just want to be who we are and give our gift? Like, where have we been coming at this world? Where has your motives been? That's what Spirit wants to know. I think it's a really good time to take a look at that. Where has our motives been? What kind of, energy have we been playing in? Have you been listening to your body? Have you been listening to those around you, even if it's subtle messages, right? Because sometimes things look one way, but they're really not. Okay, that's another part of it. Sometimes things look one way, but they're really not. And if you're not brave enough to go, hey, what's going on? Then that's on you, right? If you're not brave enough to go, well, why does this person sound so crazy? And then this person sounds so crazy. And maybe I'll look into this a little bit more. If you're not brave enough to go, you know what? Something keeps nudging me. Even if it doesn't make sense, I'm going to listen. If you're not brave enough to do that, you may not be ascending, right? Or it may be really, really clunky. You may have a few harsh realities to have to do. That's how you can stay above everything, is being able to stay in the stillness, being able to feel the vibrations, being able to stay nowhere. That's how you change your perspective, y'all. Stay nowhere. So here we are again. The new earth is simply the definition of omnipresence and nowhere at the same time. It is time to start encompassing that energy. Omnipresence and nowhere at the same time. Can you do that when you're focusing on old habits? Can you do that when you're focusing on, this person hurt me, I don't like them anymore? Can you do that if you're focusing on anything that is not serving you? Right? And that's the part of the message today. And these are deep messages for a reason, you guys. This isn't like, oh, fluffy, like the last year. Like they were all fluffy, and don't worry, you've got this coming, da-da-da-da. Some of these changes are really, really big. Like, they're not little things, you guys. They're not little things. And if you're playing in the energy of, I've got time, if you're playing in the energy of judgment and harsh perspective and lack of love, it's gonna be hurtful, right? And it's unnecessary. Spirit says that's unnecessary. It's called unnecessary roughness. That's the title of the video. Unnecessary roughness for ascension. Right? Unnecessary roughness is for ascension. Do you guys have any idea how harsh I'm judged all the time, even by people that were like me? Oh my God. The amount of judgment that I felt over this last year, the amount of haste, the amount of hate, the amount of hostility, the amount of I could sit here and go, you know what? I hate what I do. People are mean. People are cold. That is what I came through. Okay? Not everybody, but a majority of people were. But that's not the right perspective. Okay? And this is an important message because sometimes things can be so painful and we have to be above that. We have to be still in love with that thing. We need to come from a place of understanding and insight. And by golly, if I don't understand, I'm just going to sit in nowhere. I'm not going to judge. I'm not going to assume. And I'm surely not going to let go of anything. Because what I keep hearing, you guys, is people didn't see God. God was sitting right next to you this whole entire time. And a lot of you shit on him. And that's kind of like that movie, you know, where you see God becoming as the bum and asking for money and everybody treating him like crap and stepping all over him. And Cheryl had said that to me too. You were the unlikely source. And when she said that to me, it hit me like a ton of bricks. I'm like, why am I unlikely? Because, you know, Spirit had told her, spread her word. And she didn't do it. I'm like, why am I unlikely? Was I really unlikely? Was I Jesus? No. Am I a male? Hail to the no. I am pure female essence. I know every lifetime I've been in pretty much has been female. I am pure female essence. Not a male. Not Jesus. I'm not some major claiming guru out there running all the energy and getting all your money. I'm not utilizing my gifts for manipulation. My purpose was not to grab 100,000 people and get them to follow me. And so I'm the unlikely source. I'm the unlikely source because I was completely true to myself over everybody else, right? I'm the unlikely source because I'm not afraid to speak my truth. I was the unlikely source, I suppose, because I'm this little woman who even loved the people who were hating on me. Y'all need a change in perspective, and that's what Spirit is telling me. When God sat next to you, did you really see him? When he sat next to you all bruised and tattered and tired, and you judged him, were you really seeing him? He came to you in pure essence. Nothing else mattered. And when that happens, all those falsehoods cannot be there. So you may see that bum on the street. You may see that unlikely blonde girl who's just that single mom who came from hell. But little did you know that while she came from hell, she was still that bright light. She never hurt anybody. She never cheated. She never stole. She kept trucking. It is time for a change in perspective. We still are Spirit is telling me judgment is huge. Did I make a mistake? Maybe. Did I make a mistake when I canceled my Patreon? Sure, maybe. I could have kept going. There's probably people on there that are paying that aren't even involved anymore. I could have kept going. But it's not my truth. My truth is, I was being devalued in some ways, right? And it didn't feel good. I wasn't able to give what I wanted to give. It was kind of clunky. It wasn't right? It wasn't right. And that's me. That's my perspective of it. And so I wanted to change it. When I first set out for a subscription, it's like, you know, my thoughts are to benefit in such a way, okay? And I didn't feel like I was able to do that through there. Okay, I am a healer who is not about just taking your buck, but it does have to be an equal exchange to be healthy. It's got to be balanced. And so if that makes me lose people, I already said, okay, right? That's what it's all about. And this isn't necessarily about me, but it is a really good example of what we're going into and the world that we're rising up into and the one that we're in right now. Because I have a feeling if you are living in judgments of any kind, it's going to smack you in the face very soon. How that happens is personal to you, because each is individual. Remember when we talk about Judgment Day, it's karma based. Do you guys remember when I told you I lightning striked Ghana twice? Was it like 6 months ago? I don't remember. Those of you who did my things remember. I lightning striked Ghana twice. And then I researched why. I'm like, why did I do that? What's in Ghana? Little did I know, Illuminati headquarters is there. Now you can hear about all this stuff in Africa happening, this severe famine, and it's like crazy, you guys. What's the perspective on that? How many times have I said, as above, so below? When you're playing in harsh energy, you're met with harsh energy. That's what Judgment Day is, right? It's karma based. If I'm hurting people, I'm going to be met with that. If I'm looking at things from a falsehood, I'm going to be smacked in the face with that falsehood. That veil is just going to be, and I'm going to be like, oh, shoot. Man, was I blinded. And it might hurt a little, but that's okay. It's going to be all right. But Spirit's point is there's no need for the pain. There's no need for the clunkiness coming forward, because whatever you're still holding on to, whatever you're still not being willing to listen to, whatever you're still not being willing to let go of and rise above is going to present itself to you in such a way, okay? If you're ascending, you don't, it's just going to happen. These things are there for you to release, and if you keep ignoring them, they get bigger, and they get bigger until the point where they stop talking to you. Then when they stop talking to you, you are met with your karma. Understand? Whether that makes sense to you or not, it will someday. Okay, so if you're in judgment, if you're in lack of understanding, I would say expand your energy. You're still very closed off, and it's still going to be very hard to go into a place of omnipresence and nowhere at the same time. Judgment does not exist in that place, and I've been trying to say this for a while. Judgment is big here. You cannot have it going forward. I'm actually not unlikely. I'm very likely, right? Change in perspective. I don't have to be like Michael Jaco to be who I am. I am me because I am me. I am a master for a reason. They call me a divine guide for a reason, not a life coach. I'm a divine guide. I guide you into the highest light, the highest knowledge, the highest ascension, the highest enlightenment possible for you. And sometimes I do it with a smack in the face, because sometimes that's what we need. You know my saying, are you picking up what I'm putting down? Do you realize how many people don't pick up every bit of what I'm putting down? It's like a pick and choose. I choose this. This is what I want to deal with right now. This is what I want to recognize. Everything else is all fluffy. It's like somebody else I met. They didn't want to own their truth. They made a mistake. You guys, we all make mistakes. It's not about that. You think I'm perfect? Hail to the no. I like to cuss too. I've been a pothead in my day. I grew up in Colorado. My family was all way worse than I was. Okay, I'm not perfect. That's my point. We're looking at things like I gotta be perfect, I gotta do this. Screw that. What you need is to open your eyes and open your heart. If you can let love in without judgment, you're freaking ascending. If you can see the falsehoods, you're good. But I highly doubt that each one of you is that open, okay? And Spirit is absolutely recognizing that there's a lot of judgment still in play. Sometimes I'm pushed to do things to show that, okay? Sometimes I'm pushed to do things so that these things can rise. Same with you guys. Sometimes we're getting sick at work for a reason. How do you know what's coming? How do you know that if you quit that job, your whole world's going to crumble, your foundation's going to fall, you're not going to have the support you need? You're creating that, by thinking that, because that's what they used to tell you. We are living in such a world going forward that is not like that, my friends, and it's coming to a place where There's no going back. Pretty soon that portal's closing, and anything that is less land will no longer be here. That is not lasting until 20 something else. Do you understand? It's not. The planet is moving. I've been saying that and saying that. I didn't just do spiritual work. I moved the freaking planet, you guys. And it's all being seen. And I've been showing that. And been, look what I did. Up, look, there's proof. Look what I did. Up, look, there's proof. As much as it blew my mind, holy shit, we've got proof. It's not a simple thing. It's very complicated, very beautiful, very deep, very misunderstood, because you can't fathom it, right? That's what's hard about being me. It's like, grow your channel. You know how many people can't fathom what I do? You know how many people have left this channel? Because when they actually see the work that I do, they just can't quite fathom it. They're not awake. They're not there. It's being omnipresent, being spiritual, being enlightened requires you to step out of that falsehood where everybody judges you, right? It's you step out of it and then you open yourself up to that vulnerability, but that's okay. That's God's tribe. Those are the people who would hear the call, that would step out of that comfort zone, that would allow themselves to be vulnerable and judged. And it didn't matter. Do you know how much times I was judged? I'm still being judged to this day. I can feel it. I can hear it. I can see it. It's what it is. Okay? It's like I'm not gay, but I love gay people. Like, I don't judge anybody. However, I don't like it being pushed on my kids 22 times a day, right? Like, my son thinks he has to be gay. Like, that's breathe. Like, let's just be normal. Let's just be who we are, right? But my point is they stand in who they are against the tide, right? Back in the day, people would get killed for that. And God doesn't judge. God does not judge. We were given these bodies. We were given who we are for a reason. And honestly, that comes from a lot of places. It can come from genetic things in the womb. It can come from trauma. You guys, like, why judge these places? But it's the way it is, right? Like, the frontliners of that would get killed for being honest with who they were. And sometimes they were afraid to be honest. And so they would do things that weren't so honest because they were being judged and they were being beat and they were being killed. You know? I mean, the frontliners of those had to go through hell. Do you understand what I'm saying to you? To be a frontliner, you go through a lot. To be who I was, to wake up in the way that I did and do the work that I did, I went through a lot. And it hurt. And it hurt bad. It hurt bad, you guys. I'm not going to deny that. It hurt bad. And I gave a lot and I gave a lot and I still kept giving through that because it's who I am, and I kept my mouth shut, and I would shut down a lot in there, and that's why. Okay? Because I had no choice but to come through that first. Once I came through it all, then my physical vessel needed healing. My emotional vessel needed healing. My spiritual vessel needs healing. Do you know what I'm saying? And so by simply, maybe I did it harsh, but that's what I went through. I went through a lot of being used and judged and abused, and I did it. And I did it with a smile, and I came through the other end, and I needed time. You know? And if you lose people through that, they are not your people, my friends. Okay? We have got to stop worrying. Life is too short. Well, at least the old one was. We're coming into a place of longer lifespans. I can guarantee you that. When you look at the way things used, remember when I talked about erasing time? We're erasing time. We're turning back the hands of time. People used to live a lot longer. Sorry, you guys. I am blowing my nose. It's what it is. We have been sickly around here. So, you know, you have got to learn the new energies. We have got to let go more of judgment. There's deeper layers that need to go bye-bye. Because if you're judging me, you're not seeing it. You're not seeing, man, look what she went through. She's hurting, right? We tend to not judge. We tend to judge rather than, oh, man, maybe there's more to this than I know. Maybe I shouldn't try to assume I know what that person's going through. And a lot of healers even do this. They base themselves, those healers that tell you, oh, I'm help you psychologically and da-da-da-da. It's like, are you fucking kidding? I have a psychology degree. I don't claim to be doing that. Okay, I am not in a therapy session with you. What I do goes beyond that with healing. Is there a little bit of that in there? Yeah. But if you've got somebody using that title, I guarantee you they're more than anything trying to claim something they're not. They're putting a little bit of their ego in there with that. Do you understand what I'm saying to you? Like, we have got to change our terminology. We have to change our openness. We have to change a lot of things, you guys. Okay. It's like, you know, how many times are you getting compared? Are you comparing people to people? Don't do that, right? I am not like anybody else. I didn't come here to be like anybody else. I came here to raise the planet. I came here to raise Atlantis. I came here to open the pyramids. I came here to bring heaven to earth. I came to do what the Bible said Jesus was going to do. And I'm not Jesus. And I did it through hell. Okay? Y'all need to change perspectives even more. Spirit is saying every single one of you has a little more of ego to reside and has a little bit more of judgment to let go of. All right? And so that's kind of the focus going forward. Judgment and ego. Where am I being judgy? Where am I not opening my energy to the possibility that I don't know these answers? To the possibility that maybe they're coming from a place I don't understand. That maybe there's something here for me to learn. My grandmother once told me, everything that happens to you is your fault. And that took me a long time to understand. What? I didn't go put myself with that dude that just raped me? What does that mean? Everything that happens to me is my fault. I thought she was being a bitch. I did, because I had just gotten raped. And that's my fault. That was my harsh reality. And that took me a long time to understand that. Swallow them apples. Okay? All right. So that's the spiritual message. It's not meant to be harsh in the fact that when you don't release judgments, that's not a good thing, right? Like, judgments can be harsh. Judgments can be heavy. And you guys, what Spirit says is we judge ourselves very heavily. And so we have got to let go of judgment, okay? Quit judging people. Quit assuming you know why they did what they did. Because chances are you really, truly don't. Deeper than that. That's what Spirit wants to say. Take everything deeper. You think you know that? Take it deeper. You think you know why that person did it? Take it deeper. Expand further. When you're in judgment, go, you know what? I don't know this person. I have not lived the lifetimes this person has lived. Maybe this person is hurting inside. You know, there's lots of layers to things. Maybe I'm reflecting. Maybe there's something in me in this situation that needs to be recognized. Okay. Expand it and take it deeper. And keep doing so. Keep doing so. Keep doing so. Okay. Somebody did actually, I do have to do a refund, you guys, because I really did step back to take care of myself. So I do apologize with that. Okay. So just know that I'm still here. I'm very much so myself. I've healed so much. And for me, the sky is becoming the limit. And so that's all I can say with that. Donita, did you comment on the thing? If you're watching, can you please comment below? Did you comment on the pyramid video? I did not look back, and you keep popping in my head. So you are one of the winners, whether you did or not, because Spirit is telling me you need something. So Donita, message below, and we will get together for a 30-minute, okay? The pyramid question. I didn't look at the list, but you keep popping up. So let me know if that was you. If it was not you, I will pick somebody else along with that. But you are a winner, Donita. Okay. So comment below. When you comment below, I will message you and we will get a 30-minute setup, 45-minute, whatever. You guys don't know how I roll. Those who work with me know how I roll. I may charge more, but I don't limit either. So, you know. That's just who I am. I say 30-minute, just know that it might expand. Okay. All right. So let's go. So Donita, you are one of the winners. I will look at the list if she's not on the list, and I will pick another one. I don't think a lot of people commented. If I was going to get a lot of comments, I was going to give away a few, you know, because I do like to do giveaways too. I want to get to a place where it's as beautifully received as I'm giving it. When I get there, the sky's the limit. Okay? All right. I went through a lot of harsh judgments. You guys, I went through a lot with Cheryl this last year too, and she died. Okay? And so I'm processing that myself, and that's the truth. Like I said, I met her. She was kind of like a little bit like standoffish with me, and Spirit had told her. She told me, Spirit told her to spread who I was, spread my word, help my train grow, and she chose not to. She chose not to. It was a lot of harsh feelings that I had gotten at times, but then there was other times where she would come through and I'd be like really happy, and she goes, oh, I had a message I had to receive, and then she would disappear. And it's like I've told you guys, I can't force people to heal. I can't force people to see things. You know, it's a harsh reality when people look at me and go, oh man, like, it's almost like out of fear or out of a place where they're not as good. You know, it's like most people would take what I have and be like, holy shit, I'm better than all of you. And I come from a place of, man, everybody hates me because they think I'm better than them. Change in perspective, okay? And that's what Spirit is asking for from all of you, you guys. This can't be the light message, like, woohoo, everything's fluffy, fluffy, when we've really got to do some deep work right now, okay? We really do. We've got to do some deep work. We've got to let go of judgment. We've got to let go of fear, and you have to let go of the assumption that you're in control. Like, it doesn't, like, I can do this when I want to do this. I don't want to let go of this week. I'll deal with this next week. God's saying, you don't have that time anymore. This is not a reality like before where, oh, it's going to be okay. Like, I told you guys something big was coming, and then the earthquake hit. And that's Spirit's way of saying, pay attention. Just because I say something and it doesn't happen tomorrow does not mean it's not coming, right? And that's the way the world works. Just because you may not see it today doesn't mean that you don't have, like, no time left, you know? You may think, like, I can wait on this, but Spirit's saying no more of that. That's old energy. That procrastination is not an ability anymore in this time frame, because the earth is literally moving. And either you're on it or you're not. Either you're moving with it or you're not. And that's what's up. Okay? That's what's up, you guys. And then I got a new deck. Da, 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 da. I got a new deck. I got a new deck. Do, 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 do. I got this one because it had crows on it, you guys. And I'm telling you, the crows speak to me. They are definitely a spirit animal of mine. This one is very simple, but I like it. It's Pure Magic Pure Magic Oracle. If I could do that better. See the crow. See that crow on the cover? By Andres Engracia. Andres Engracia. Yeah, okay. But that's what it is. They're very simple, but I really like it. I'm starting to feel into it. And who I am, it represents that hand in the flowers. That was what God gave me, right? That was the visual they gave me when I first woke up. For who I am, we have like a logo, and mine is the hands and the flowers. This is really the visual that God showed me with my name. I didn't make this up, okay? That was channeled. All right, and so there's no coincidence that this deck is now standing out to me, and every card has got hands, and so it's pretty cool. Pretty much every card. So I'll pull one of those too. Well, let's see what the cards say. Okay, change in perspective. The new earth is all about being omnipresent and nowhere all at the same time. And this is everything that I have told you guys, like usual. Absolutely. Okay, losing your grip. Losing your grip. That's the other thing I've been trying to tell you guys. If you're sitting here trying to control everything, you're going to be met with a harsh reality. You've got to surrender. Coping mechanisms, density, addiction, let God in. These are all old ways of doing things that we cannot do anymore if you're going to be ascending. You just can't. We've got to let different ways in, and that's that changing of perspective, loosening your grip to the old ways. It's like, well, this is what I always did. Well, guess what? You may not have the answers. Just let go. Be nowhere rather than holding on to something. Just let go. Don't have expectations. Just be nowhere. Be right here, right now. Nowhere, now here. Okay? Water your garden. That's what I've been trying to do, and I lost people in doing it, and that's okay. Water your garden. Nourishment, body care, tenderness, and rest. Okay? It's super important through these times, especially because when we are healing, when we are releasing, you guys, if you did that last video I did, I cried for 2 days after. You may be releasing some deep shit, okay? They aren't any joke. It's like I said in that thing, it may seem simple, but it's not simple. So please water your garden. It's essential no matter what. It's essential when we surrender. It's essential to surrender. You must water your garden. Otherwise, you're not going to let go. Do you understand what I'm saying to you? It's like filling up the space for what once was there. Bringing love in. Let God in. Okay? And then there, what did I tell you? Everything I tell you guys comes out in these cards. It really, truly is beautiful. I love it. And then you can't question like where these messages come from. Divine guide. Hello, right? Trust the timing. Trust the wave you came in on. Time is not running out. Okay, but this is also, that goes with that thing of like, okay, I'm supposed to be working on this. I've got time. No, you don't. If something is coming up for you now to deal with, guess what? Now is the time to deal with it. Okay? If something is coming up to deal with right now, you don't have the full answers, that's okay. Bringing it up to where it is now is where it's meant to be. The answers will come as they're meant to be. Do you understand what I'm saying? It's like, trust that timing. Okay? If something's coming up now, there's a reason. You can't procrastinate and assume you'll have another chance. We have to trust the timing for everything. If somebody's coming in your thoughts repeatedly, there's a reason. You're supposed to do something now. If something is not giving you an answer or a way, trust that timing. It's not meant to yet. Do you understand? Like, Cheryl may have come at it from a place where I would have taken her down. A lot of people did this last year. And I can't help that. And that's the truth. And I may have, I don't know if I would have done the same thing if I was in their shoes. But you look at this as, this girl's like, because who am I? I'm a master, right? I can do it all. I get that. It doesn't mean that there's not everybody for you, though, too. You know what I'm saying? But people would look at that as, if I spread her word, they're not going to want to come to me. And I felt that from her. I felt that from many people. And I get it. I do. But what is to say that if she would have done that, her and I would have been huge together? You know what I'm saying? Trust the timing. Trust the process. Water your garden. Don't judge yourself. Loosen your grip. Right? Loosen your assumptions. You don't know why. You don't know how. All you can do is trust the timing. Trust the process. And when you listen to the inner guidance, the skies, it rains miracles down on you. Trust me. Okay? Where you are met with the other is because it came from your head. Okay? Right? And here's that magic fish. All right? Here's that magic fish. And this is all about creating a reality. There is a mouse riding a fish in the ocean. Not even in the ocean. Is he in the ocean? Not really sure. He's on a mushroom. Like, it just seems like so not reality, right? But what's standing out to me in this is he's carrying very little baggage. That little, like, drop thing that he's carrying. It's like he has very little baggage. And he allows himself to just ride the tides, basically, but he makes his dreams bigger with each one. All right? Magic fish. Don't base it in reality, because he's not coming in reality. Like, he's not dancing in reality. He's riding fish on a mushroom. I can't tell if he's in the water. You know what I mean? Nightlight. This is all about looking at your shadow pieces and nurturing your soul. Taking time to take care of you. Okay? But also still shine your light. Don't dim your light while you heal. But it's super important to allow yourself to heal. It's super important to allow yourself to be nurtured. Okay? Watering your garden. It's super important to look at your shadows. It's super important to love them. Okay? That's how you do shadow work. We recognize them. We bring them out. We dance with them. We sing with them. We interrupt the vibrational pattern. That's why shamans use those things. You guys, drums. Boom, 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 boom. It interrupts the pattern. Okay? I I love these messages. Magic frog. Not only do we have magic fish, we've got magic frog. All right. Oh man. Okay. And what I'm hearing here is don't bring in your prince until you're ready for that magic. Like raise it up, right? Again, it's all about magical and heart healing, being open in your heart space, allowing more love in. Okay, she is seeing the toad as the possible love of her life, even though he can give her warts when she kisses him. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know, it's the frog. I'm like, ew, slimy. Okay, don't do that. She's not looking at the frog that way. You see what I'm saying? Her prince. It's just about allowing your heart to be open and being in that essence of pure light and beauty and poetry. Amy D, you're popping up here. It's like flowing around and being fluttery and in love, and that is okay. And there's your answer. All right? That was for you, Amy. I guess maybe you've had that question. It's okay, and they want you doing that more. Allow yourself to dance around in that kitchen, singing, with the cucumbers, your microphone, whatever the case may be, and allowing more love and light into I could cry. That's beautiful. All right, kiss that frog knowing he's truly your prince. And it's all about well-being. And how many cards have we had with that today? Okay, loosen your grip. Stop being in control. Listen to what's coming up now. Trust the timing. Loosen your grip. Stop being in control. Trust the timing, because that's what's supposed to be here right now. If you don't have the answers, you're not meant to right now. If somebody's doing something right now, maybe just try to understand why and give them more love through it, right? Trust the timing, okay? Trust what's being shown to you. Trust what's being given to you. Water your garden. Make sure you're taking care of yourself. Make sure you're sending love into your darkest of places. Okay, and then get on the magic train and create your magic fish and kiss your magic frog and be in magical light and love and well-being, because as we ascend, it is definitely going to be like a heaven on earth. Do you understand? And if you're still mucky, how are you going to enjoy the heaven on earth? It's all about well-being, taking care of your vessel. Okay, that's what I've been doing, and I've lost people in doing so, and that's okay. Because I'm finding my reality. I'm finding myself in this new world. I'm finding my truths and the magic around me. I'm finding who was for me and who isn't. Live and let live. I am finding that I belong here. And I'm going to stay. What a beautiful message. So much love to all of you. I'm going to Cripple Creek this weekend, and what I'd like to do, Donita, I would like to do your healing up there if I can, and so I'm looking at hopefully maybe this weekend. I know I'm supposed to go for my birthday, but I do want to work a little because there's something pushing me. And then I might do just a little bit of a Patreon healing up there, but it's going to be just mild, filled with love and light. Okay, I don't know yet. I'll let Spirit kind of guide that one. I always do. But that's kind of my plan. I want to use where I'm going, because we're going up in the mountains this weekend for my extra birthday extravaganza. Okay, so Donita messaged me. I'm hoping this next weekend. And I'm closing down Patreon. So for those that do wish to participate, leave a message below, because I'm not going to be putting the link in Patreon. And so that's how that's going. Okay. And as far as messages go, I do want to do a live soon. I just need to work it out in my schedule. So maybe we'll do a live Thursday night. I get off at 4:30 on Thursday, so I will do a live messages, just a birthday bash, even though it's a little after my birthday, where I go on and do some free messages. It will not be healing. If you've got questions, I will answer some questions. I will do a healing live, and that'll be a different thing. I'm changing that up a little bit like I talked about. I do want to do those live. I do want you guys to see what I can do. Spirit wants you guys to see what I can do. There's a reason for it, okay? Because I can heal anything and everything. I can, instantaneously. I've seen it. All right, and that's kind of, it's like harsh, because even though I've had those experiences, do you see those people jumping to give reviews? It's hard, right? Because it's different. And so I do want to do those live as well. But I'm going to do that as like a paid session. but a little bit discounted maybe because we're going to be doing it live. So if anybody's interested in doing a live YouTube healing, I will have that link on my website soon. It will be paid, but cheaper, and it will be live, okay? And I think that's how I'm going to do those going forward. So now I'm going to pull one from my magical deck, my new Pure Magic Oracle. Come on, my Crow Magic, my spirit. Let's give us a magic card. What can we do to bring pure magic and bliss to us at this moment? It might be a card of release. It might be a card of purification. It's up to you. What do we need to bring the highest amount of magic and bliss into our reality at this time? Now, I'm hearing now. Oh, my goodness. Oh, this is beautiful. This is the only one without hands. But I like this card a lot, you guys. Witch's Wounds. What did I say? What can we do right now to bring pure magic into our own hands? Witch's Wounds. Remedy, magical medicine, sacred heart, and another day. Right? Heal those wounds. Open up your heart, just like has been coming through. It is time. Witch's Wounds. You guys, that word is very relevant to me. It's like the witches of Salem. We've all been magical. Everybody looked at it, oh, they're witches. You are all a witch. You are all magical. They just put a title to it to separate. All right? And so I feel like that's why we have to heal that wound. We've got to heal that magical wound. You're all magical. You're not all a weird witch. There is dark and light. Absolutely. And I believe people that watch me are definitely not in the dark, because I would probably irritate the shit out of them. Okay? They may have darkness in them that they can heal, because we all do. But that's not the point. All right? Witch's Wounds. There's a remedy. There's magical medicine. It is a sacred heart. And there is always another day. It is time to heal those deep, deep wounds of degradation, those deep, deep wounds of separation, those deep, deep wounds of negative aspect of magic. All right? And that's how we ascend into higher light. That's how we manifest in big times right now. Instantaneous manifesting, allowing all that magic within your space immediately, is to allow yourself to accept the witch that you are and love it through and through, and know there's magic in you that you're not aware of. Every single one of you watching me today, I task you to find your magic. Do something that you didn't know you can do. Take a card. See if you can see the card without looking at it. Try to test yourself. Can I feel what this person's thinking? Can I feel what this animal is feeling? Test yourself. Heal those wounds. Heal those things inside you that says, I'm not that. I'm not a witch. I'm not psychic. Spirit's asking you to heal that. The witch's wounds. Okay? I love it. That's beautiful. Thank you to my new deck. I just love you. And I love all of you. And thank you for listening to my hour-long message. It's very important though, okay? Because the easiest way to go through these transitions is what I give you every day. What does Spirit tell you? We give you everything you need. Pay attention to the words. It will help you be complete. Okay? Hasta mañana. So much love to all of you. I will do a couple more contests throughout, you guys. I like those. You know, I do give away freebies, but I give away freebies to people who do an equal exchange. Right? Right. It may not always be monetary. It may just be energy. But pay attention to that. But again, thank you so much to everybody who did send me beautiful birthday wishes. And Sean, you're amazing and bringing me a beautiful birthday I've never, ever, ever had. Ever. And my birthday's continuing. So, like I said, I like to do some healings when I go this weekend, even if I'm not supposed to work. Shh, don't tell him. All right, you guys. Love you. I will see you soon. Comment below and we'll keep this train going, okay? Because there's some magic to be had this weekend when I go in the mountains. Yeah, that's it. Got to go. I got to get ready for work in a couple hours. So, peace out.